everybody, welcome back to Tech and Learning Live and Tech and Learning's coverage of ISTE 2016 here in Denver. We're going pounding it, back-to-back interviews here with some of our favorite EdTech advisors who help us throughout the year and have identified the trends in EdTech. So I just found a few, pulled you off the show floor. Lisa Nielsen and Angela Meyer. Thanks for coming, guys.
Thank you so much for having us.
How's it been going so far?
Well, I've been having a great time. It's always wonderful to be able to catch up with my friends like you and Angela and so many others. So just catching up on the conversations and seeing what everyone's doing has been fantastic.
Yeah.
I think the most exciting thing, in addition to that, of course, to be able to connect in person to the people that you love and admire and learn from every day, is that I went to the Hack Education or EduBloggerCon or whatever it was the day before, and what was exciting is I didn't know the majority of people. So the fact that our connected community is getting bigger and bigger and that more members are coming in, and the bravery that I saw with them compared to, I don't even know how many years ago, it was us there the first time we sat there and we saw the people that we followed their blogs. And I remember someone said, "Oh, Angela, you're so shy." And I'm like, I was stunned. I'm never shy, but I was just in awe. But they're brave. They're coming in ready to contribute. And that to me is the most disruptive, exciting thing. And so a lot of the conversations I've been in, teachers tweet me right after and they're like, "I wrote a blog post about this. I just posted this on Facebook." I'm like, that is unbelievable.
Yeah.
The fact that we're getting contributing active new members is the most disruptive, exciting thing that I've seen.
Yeah. Now the conversations that I've been having this year compared to some of the first conversations we had, say in 2005 when Lisa, you were making arguments for the use of devices in schools, and it was either you have to do this, or it was this either or, and now it seems that conversation has changed a little bit. I mean, has that argument? Have you proved that argument to be successful, right?
Yeah, so I would say we've come a long way.
Yeah.
And one of the most powerful things that was in existence back then, but is finally being heard now, is student voice. And actually from here, I'm excited to go to the iSchool Escape the Bus. And the student voice movement, the stuvoice.org movement, and movements like Travis with the iSchool have been really powerful in helping change the mindset of educators and administrators. So one of the sessions and some of the sessions here are around student voice, and it is finally being accepted that the students have a right to have a voice in the policies and guidelines that affect them. And Travis Allen has been just so wonderful in making these experiences that you just can't say no to. And I think it's really intelligent of him to look at that escape the room trend and make an escape the bus trend that is an easy entrance for all teachers and administrators to start really seeing the benefits of these tools that our students are learning from. And our keynote speaker the first night, whose name I'll let you say after.
I've fumbled everybody's name so far.
The physicist, the scientist.
He was wonderful. And what he said is stop banning students from using these devices and start watching what students are doing, because that is the future of learning.
Absolutely.
And I think that's incredibly important, and that's the big thing that I'm taking away from this year and looking at this year.
Great.
That's fantastic, and I think that I will reiterate that, and I think that ISTE's making a very public stand on the role and then the essentialness of student voice with the outlining of their new student standards. And I'm looking forward for them to sort of put their money where their mouth is, because a lot of people talk about student voice, a lot of people talk about the importance of hearing students, but I want to take that a step further, because student voice is not enough. It is absolutely not enough. It is the recognition that students are citizens of the world. They're not just citizens of your home or your classroom. And their contribution is, I'm going to repeat that word, their contribution is accepted and expected by the world. And so whatever tool, whatever device, as I was walking through the vendor hall, I was walking with a colleague it was her first time ISTE, and I said, I want you to think about the 4 C's that everybody talks about, and then I want you to think about the 1 C that's missing. Which of these devices are associated with curriculum, with collaboration, with creativity, if you will, and I use that loosely, with content or classroom management, and which devices or which platforms or which new ed tech tools out of the billion-dollar industry that it is enhance or amplify student contribution to the world.
Yeah.
And as we walked through the vendor hall for an hour, which it takes to get through it, guess how many there were? Guess how many there were? That invited, that amplified, that expected student contribution to the world. And there are ways to do this safely, there are ways to do this wisely. LinkedIn has an entire platform for 13-year-old kids to start building their digital future with assets on there, with education on there. And I was with a group of college students that are going in to leadership roles in college, and I asked them, do you know about the LinkedIn student platform? Never heard of it.
Yeah.
And
So,
if they want to
yes.
know more, I wrote about it on my blog, innovativeenducator.com.
So I would take it, student voice, it is excellent, and we have made strides in student voice, but it is not enough. It is students as co-creators, students as impactors, students as change makers, and students as citizens not only of the world, but students as citizens the world needs.
Yeah, that's
And
great.
I want to add one more
sorry.
thing. Sorry about that.
This is a bad combination. You should not.
Or a good combination. No, but I just want to build upon what you're saying and really making it real, not just talking about student voice, not just listening to students, but really incorporating students in what you are doing. And when I first talked to you in a studio like this several years ago before Teaching Generation Text came out,
Yeah.
I was working at New York City Department of Education where cell phones were banned. Now I'm working at the New York City Department of Education. We just released social media guidelines for students 12 and younger that were created by students 12 and younger.
Fantastic.
These are a follow-up to our guidelines for students 13 and older who were created by students 13 and older. And they were also then put together by educators who teach these students. They were tested by students. And we now have materials for students with a parent guide and a teacher guide, infographics for teenagers, activity books for elementary school students. It's all available for free at schools.nyc.gov/social media. And so New York City has really taken to heart the importance of incorporating not only student voice and ideas, but student materials into the work that we're sharing with students, teachers, parents, and the world.
That's great.
That's awesome.
And
I
so-
just want to, can I mention one more thing?
Absolutely, absolutely.
So I want to just put a plug in for teachers,
Yeah.
because as much of an advocate as we are for student voice and for students in general, is that the missing barrier between what students are capable of doing now and what they will do and can do for the world lies in the belief system of their teachers.
That's great.
And it is a roll down the hill thing, because if teachers don't feel like they are valued members of a community, like their contribution is needed by the world or something bigger than, their second grade, planning mates,
Yep.
then it's very hard to create an environment where you welcome and expect bigger contributions and more brave deliveries to other people. And so I want to say that teachers, you matter, and leaders matter, because if you do not lead or teach from a place of worthiness, then you have no chance of asking kids to step up and step into their greatness. So we are surrounded all the time by genius, and we just need to take time and use these tools to notice and note that.
To appreciate it.
And I think the
You're
call
gonna
to
tell me I
action,
matter, right?
you do. The call to action I think we have for leaders is to give their educators and their students the right
Yes.
and invite them
And the
to be a part of the conversation and contribute to what it is that they are actually doing. So call to action for leaders is invite your students and invite your teachers to be in the conversations and create the materials that they use across the system. And you matter, Angela Myers.
Thank you. And we are doing, I know, I swear to God, I'll give this back to you. And we are doing that officially at scale. So I wrote a book called Liberating Genius, with the mission to liberate student genius, teacher genius, and leader genius. And it is free to every student, every teacher, every leader, and every parent. And we are inviting you into the conversation. We are asking for your contribution. So be looking for that. Just go to choosetomatter.org. Sign up, and we'll get all the details of when we will launch this global conversation.
And
But
we
you
will
do
put your
matter.
links up, and we will put.
That would be great. I know, you gotta give it back.
funny
No,
to
no,
stick.
no, I just want us to tell
Yes.
Kevin Hogan.
Yes,
you
Kevin,
matter.
you matter. You do.
I feel
Tech and
so
learning,
emboldened
you
now.
matter.
I feel so
Okay, we're
emboldened.
giving this back to you for sure.
You guys have woken me up, that's for sure. Thank you so much for your
Yes,
time. We'll make sure to get the links up for both of your stuff
yes.
and retweet. And anybody who's watching, if you're here at the show, put a hashtag TL Tech Live on it, and it will come up on the social media hub along with these great interviews and the resources that we'll attach to it. So
That's
once
awesome.
again, thank you, ladies.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Thanks, Kevin.
Bye.
Thank you.
Kevin.
Thanks.
See you later.
This is fun. You guys got to run.
Oh my God, did
We're
we
not
like
supposed to get up yet.